Hello, everyone, and welcome to your January predictions. Sophie, I'm super excited to be announcing to you that January is going to be awesome. I think it's probably, I would say, one of the two best months of 2026. And when I look at the astrology, when I did the 2026 calendar, I would say like my two favorites are January and July. But I think that in January, this is the month where we got the most hearts and stars, which in my legend are like the most beautiful energies. So I'm super, super excited to be going over those monthly prediction with all of you. And I can't wait also to see what the cards have in store for us, of course. And we're going to be looking at the full moon in Cancer and the new moon in Capricorn, which I think these are the two lunations that we're going to have in 1 month that are the most positive. So I'm super, super excited about January. Sophie, how are you doing? And what's your feeling about January?
I'm feeling good, but of course, 2025 was exhausting on everybody. I think that was a very big year that we should celebrate that we are getting out of. And if you're saying 2026 is going to be a good year, I'm really excited about this.
Yes, but not only 2026, but January is like a really positive start of this year. I think it's going to change the energy drastically. So we're going to start the show by looking at the important dates, looking at the calendar, giving you like the overall energies. We're going to look at the tarot cards for the general reading of the month. And then we're going to do our giveaway winner. And then we're going to dive into the sign by sign prediction. So you can look at your sun sign prediction, your rising sign, which are going to be probably the two most impactful for you. And then you can also look at your moon sign prediction. So you have 2 or 3 parts of this video after the intro to look at. Thank you so much for being here with us, of course. And do make sure you like this video because it really helps the channel grow. And we are already thanking you for all your support. Thank you so much. We're so grateful for you. And do make sure also you're subscribed to the channel because we post a lot of interesting stuff about predictions and about astrology and tarot, of course. Did I say everything? Yes. Okay, let's start at the important dates. So I just released the 2026 calendar. So if you'd like to get your hands on it, it's available as of now, and we have a special promo code that is Astro 2026 until December 31st only. So it gives you a 10% off. This is a digital calendar, and it is very easy to print, easy to understand. So you can start planning your year ahead with the most beautiful dates, travels, important events, anything that you'd like to plan, like the millionaires and the billionaires do, you know, they have astrologers. So this is going to be your way to an affordable way to be planning your year to flow with the current of the astrological energies. All right, so January, let's look at this. There's a lot of beautiful energy in January, but I'm going to only look at the key dates here. And if you'd like to get more in detail, of course, do check out the calendar. So the first, which is going to be New Year's, usually is not a day of, that the energies with the astrology are flowing necessarily with like new starts, new beginning. But with the numerology this year, we got a 1-1-1 portal because we're starting this 1 year. Yay. So although there is a Mercury-Neptune square, I think this is going to be overall a good date for new beginnings. So all of that to say that on the 3rd, we're going to focus on that with the sign by sign prediction. We have a beautiful full moon in Cancer, which is with Jupiter. We also have the Venus star point that is coming to an exact conjunction on the 6th. So this is when the Sun and Venus come together in an alignment. So with that Venus star point, we're going to finish a cycle that began in January of 2022. So do think about what was going on in your life. It's the last time we had the Sun-Venus conjunction in Capricorn. So it was retrograde back then. So this is when the cycle started. And then this time around, we're going to have the other Venus star point, the other conjunction in Capricorn. So there's a lot of goodness that could come depending on, of course, what house it's activating for you, and if you have any personal planet nearby. Then I want to look at so of course, like during the first part of January, we're going to be under the beams of Venus Sun conjunction moving together, so it's going to be beautiful. And Mars is also going to be part of it. So we're having Venus, Sun, Mars moving together for a while. So it's like the energies of the cosmic lovers. I really love the first part of January, especially. And then on the 18th, we have the new moon in Capricorn, which we're going to check out. It's going to be a fantastic new moon also with a bunch of planets. So a lot of powerful energy for new starts over there. And then on the 19th, we begin Aquarius season. Then on the 20th, we have a Saturn-Uranus sextile. So this is going to be beautiful energies of stabilizing, but also changing what needs to change, but also stabilizing things. And we have a lot of blessings coming on and around this date. And then we have a Mercury Cazimi on the 21st, which is a very lucky date to get clarity, to get information, messages. And on the 26th of January, Neptune finally moves out of Pisces. Can you believe it? Sophie, as a Pisces rising yourself.
I cannot wait. I'm counting the matchas in the morning.
So it's going to be major, especially for people who have strong Pisces, like Sophie, if you are a Pisces rising, Pisces sun, even a Pisces moon, it means that, and especially Pisces rising people, because it means that it's your ruler, that it's changing signs. So it's like a new era, really, in Aries, that is asking you, what do you want? Like, what do you want? What do you desire in your life? So we're going to talk about that in the sign by sign, but overall, these are the important dates. Sophie, can we look at the cards to get a general reading for the month of January?
Okay, so I'm going to use 2 oracles for this month. So I'm going to use yours, of course, the beautiful oracle. And we're going to also use the oracle of guidance and healing for this month. So let's get the 2 cards for the overall energy of the month of January 2026.
Already?
We have the summer solstice, and it's the number 34. It says divine masculine light is approaching its maximum. And we know that 2026 is going to be a masculine energy of the year. It's the number 1 also in numerology. So a lot of light, a lot of possibilities, of course, for the month. So a lot of clarity, motivation, energy coming back. And let's see the card from the other deck.
And I feel like it's going to be more like action oriented with like Neptune moving into Aries, and we have this divine masculine energy too. So beautiful.
Yeah. It says connect with your ancestor, and this is the root chakra. So I feel like we are going to feel grounded. We are going to feel that's Neptune moving in Aries. That is the more grounding energy. That is the more a matter of fact. It is a more motivation, like you said, action oriented. So connect with your ancestor can also mean that, okay, we have done lots of cleansing last year, 2025. We have been closing tons of loose end, and we have been just moving out of it. And now we are moving forward. So we can call in our guides, we can call in our ancestors, like it says, we can call in anybody that is for the divine good to help us to move and to get started on this new chapter of our life with tons of guidance, with tons of clarity, tons of luck on our side. But the luck comes from the fact that it's not a year of retrograde, at least not from what I understand. It's a year of action. It's a year of movement forward. And it's a year of clarity. You're saying maybe retrograde?
There's retrograde every year.
Yeah. Last year, 2025, there was like tons of it. And it was a year.
It was not more than usual. No.
No?
No. And this year in 2026, we're going to have a Venus retrograde, which we didn't have in 2025, but it's going to be at the end, towards the end.
I don't know. Every time I looked at the astrology, there was like tons of planets retrograde in the same time. It was
Yeah, the outside planets, it's normal. They spend about like half of the year retrograde. So usually it's normal to enter a time of the year where like everything's retrograde, basically. So that's normal. It's like more the personal planet that we really need to take into account.
But I feel like it was a year of energy of retrograde, just reevaluating and this blockage and taking your time. And I feel that was a very big energy of retrograde in 2025, where we're not going to have, at least for the January, it's not showing up as slowing down. It's showing up as movement, action. It's not the retrograde energy.
Okay, well, in that sense, I love it. And also, like, we were in a year 9, so that makes sense, like your illusion with retrograde energy, which can be like, it's like we're reviewing the past, and especially with the planets that were in Pisces, which is the sign of the past. So reviewing things from the past. So I get like your, the connection that you were making with the retrograde energy, because we had to look at the past. We had to close out cycles, karmic loops. And the year 1, along with the planets moving into Aries, Neptune and Saturn will be huge. And we start January with Neptune, and then Saturn will follow next month. So we're going to be over for a while with the big energies of Pisces, of healing the past. So yay. So I'm excited to see, like, it's going to be a month of action and a month where we can finally like move forward with I don't know, like maybe seeing also the results of our action, or starting to. So this is very exciting. All right, so our giveaway, and right before we do the giveaway, I just wanted to announce that we still have a little period that we are doing a promotion on this one. So do take advantage of that if you'd like to book your 2026 personal prediction with Sophie. So this is your own unique video that Sophie is going to make for your 2026 prediction, and you're going to receive a video, a private link to watch your video, so you can watch and watch again anytime you'd like, maybe even take notes. So she's going to be tuning into your energy to give you like the most important themes for you to prepare yourself for in 2026. So this is exciting. The code is already on the website, so you don't need to enter anything. This is automatically added, and the link will be down below. Sophie, anything you'd like to add here for the 2026 predictions?
It's extremely popular, so if you want to have one, reserve your spot right away. So book it right away. And I will cover what area of your life are going to be the most important in 2026, some guidance for it. And also, I will give you your totem of the year, the energy that is going to help you throughout the year and how to activate it.
Awesome. And also, like, yes, the discount is available until December 31st, but if you book more late than early, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer to receive your video, because Sophie has received a lot of bookings already. So thank you to everyone who has booked their own prediction reading. This is a very popular one, and we receive usually like lots of positive feedback. And I think it really allows people to be empowered and to really focus on what they want to manifest, knowing like what are the general energies that are in the sphere for them, let's just say. Awesome. So again, the link is down below, and we're going to do our giveaway. So first of all, a very happy solar return to all of the Capricorn sun babies and Aquarius sun babies that are celebrating their birthday during the month of January. And also every month we celebrate one of our community members with our giveaway. So this time we have selected a winner, who is Christine Noel. So she says, hello, I was born a Capricorn sun this lifetime, my birthday being the 7th of January. As our world is changing, I am working on changing myself too, with many ideas as to how I wish to proceed forward. I wish you all a very happy Christmas and a fabulous 2026. So thank you so much, Christine. Right back at you. And we wish you an amazing holiday time, and also a beautiful, beautiful solar return on the 7th. So you are our giveaway winner. So send me a message. Let me know if you would like either the solar return workshop, and I'll show you while I'm talking. So you have the choice between the solar return workshop, which is here. If you'd like to know more about your solar return for the next year. And also we have the cord cutting, purification, and protection workshop. So just send me an email or a message on the community, and I'll make sure that it's added to your library. I think we are ready to begin, are we? Okay, let's start with Aries. Let me put up my chart on the side so I'm ready. All right. So for Aries, sun, moon, or rising. So for you, Aries, it's going to be a very pivotal month, I would say, because we have a full moon activating your fourth house, which is your personal life, your family life, your home, your place of living. And then we have a new moon activating your 10th house, which is your career, your public life. So the 4th and the 10th are an axis of what we call angular houses, which are very, very life defining. So whenever we have activations of those houses, we know that this is an impactful month. So Aries, you are having a very impactful month. And also Neptune is moving into your sign. So it's going to be a very different energies for everybody, but especially for you, because you're going to have, sorry, I have lipstick all over my teeth. We're all good. Neptune is sometimes bringing fog, but also it's bringing a lot of inspiration and a lot of possibilities for you to connect even more with source, with your guides, to get even more clarity on what you'd like to dream into reality, which is really, really Neptune. So let's start on January 3rd. We have a full moon in the sign of Cancer, and that will activate your 4th house of personal life. So at the very beginning of January, you will be very much focused on your home, your personal life, maybe cocooning, spending time with people that are very important to you, which is the 4th house is like your inner circle, the people you consider your family. And we have this full moon is truly magnificent because we have also Venus and Mars that are part of this full moon with the sun making close to the Venus star point that I was talking about in the intro. So the sun and Venus just about to conjunct in your Capricorn, in your 10th house, sorry, and it's opposing Jupiter. So we have a lot of very beneficial planets here, part of this full moon. So you could be getting good financial results that bring happiness, emotional fulfillment on a very emotional level. So the 4th house is not about like public recognition, although we might be talking about that later on. But for the beginning of January, you're going to be focused on what makes you happy, what makes your heart sing, what makes you feel fulfilled emotionally. And you could also be going back to something from the past that brings up happiness, emotional security, because Jupiter is retrograde. You're going to be feeling more expansive, wanting to share happiness maybe with other people, wanting to share special moments with other people that you love, maybe even inviting loved ones into your home because it's happening in your place of living this full moon. Also, you could be traveling, Jupiter is there, or you could be inviting foreigners, which is also another possibility. But whatever happens, it's like happy times with family or at home that make, with people that make you feel like you're home. So you can also be traveling, but with people that make you feel at home, that or make you feel like you're surrounded with family, even though they might not be family, but you're going to have this feeling of like being with the right people at the right place. And then the Venus star point on January 6th, right after this full moon, is happening in your 10th house in Capricorn. And it's a really beautiful point where like a cycle that began in January 2022 is developing or finishing. So it might be something that involves money with career. So maybe you started something in 2022 and now you're going to see the results. It could also be a reconciliation. It could be building something solid with partnerships, relationships. Venus is a very social planet. Also receiving results of a partnership or relationship. And now it's getting like the green light from the universe. Also, you can have investments that are paying off now, or like seeing some kind of result from what happened at the beginning of 2022. And then we're going to look at January 18, which is a new moon in Capricorn, activating your 10th house of career, of public life, of life mission even. Beautiful new moon. I love those two lunations for January. And for you, Aries, it's going to be a very important one. So you might have like important conversations, especially in regards to money and relationships. For some, it could be a new work project that is starting on and around January 18, maybe like a new career direction, or at least you're going to be talking about that. Like, what is it like this new path ahead that you'd like to forge or start at the time of this new moon? It could be a new start with a partnership. It could be an important deal, an important investment, or an important move that you're about to make with money or partnerships. Also, there could be a positive change in an existing romantic relationship or business relationship. For you, Aries is going to be more business. It's in your 10th house, so collaboration, business. There could be a new agreement or revising an agreement. Whatever it is, this agreement could be correcting something that was previously unfair. So Jupiter retrograde is also part of this new moon. So there could be a new start partnership again that involve finances, fairness. There could be more commitment also. It's in Capricorn, striving for long-term partnerships, long-term success. And the universe will be helping to recalibrate a situation from the past at the time. So let's look at the cards for Aries.
Okay, let's see what we have for January. So your first card is Aquarius, number 11, and it says, be unapologetically yourself, do things your way. So really what you were saying about correcting some kind of unfairness, and we see it with, it's almost like you are suddenly able to see what for you truly mean, you truly need, you truly desire, and being able to see what it comes from you and what comes from the needs of others, separating the two and going for your own interest in some matters, correcting what was overgive maybe to other people. With the card of Aquarius, and it says, admit your fault. I think that in the past you have been really good to know to be empathetic with others. You have been overgiving. You have been doing it a little bit too much, admitting where was your fault, admitting where you had things to learn. And then we have this image of the hand. So that's a body language that represents stop, that represents back off. So it's almost like, okay, yes, you have things that are not perfect. Yes, you still have to get better at many things. But stop, put a stop on blaming yourself, put a stop on just putting everything on your shoulders. That could be for work, that could be in any aspect of your life, and just be unapologetically yourself. And just for a minute, stop being in the criticizing yourself and just be in the appreciation of who you are, where you're at. Continue, yes, to work on yourself and get better, but get out of that cycle of blaming yourself and to be in that mentality of being very hard critic towards you, and just be yourself and embrace that moment. Things are going to shift in your life when you're doing this month. And yes, life could repair some injustice and remove some heavy karma in your life because you're shifting your vibration with it.
And also, not to mention that Neptune is also moving into your sign at the end of January. So Neptune is planet of forgiveness. So forgiveness first and foremost to yourself, with yourself. Also, you're going to be asked by the universe to be more focused towards like helping other people, to having like this consciousness of that we're all one, basically. So this is also the energy of Neptune, which makes it hard sometimes to put boundaries. So I guess it's also why the cards were also saying, like the hand, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, because if you want to help others, you're going to run into that challenge, like you said, of when to stop, when to say yes, when to say no. And it could go into an extreme or another while you are navigating the where you're feeling comfortable.
So that's going to be a start of an important learning lesson for Aries. We're going to look at that throughout the months. We're sending you all our love, but definitely I think we're going to feel, and you're going to feel, a big shift in January. So we're hoping that this month will bring you the most beautiful blessings, and that you'll be really able to manifest a new dream reality for you, especially with Neptune entering your sign starting in January. And watch out, because February is going to be even more magical with the conjunction in your sign. So awesome. Let's now look into the next one. And of course, if you enjoyed this reading, do make sure you give it a like. It really helps Sophie and I support ourselves with the channel. So thank you so much. And now let's look at Taurus. So for Taurus, sun, moon, or rising. Taurus, I love this month for everybody, but also for you. You're going to have activations in your 3rd house and also your 9th house. So these are the houses of information, news, maybe even travel, movement. But also it can also be very psychological, having a lot of aha moments, revelations. So let's start first at, let's look first at January 3rd, where we're going to have a full moon in Cancer, activating your 3rd house. So your 3rd house is messages, communications, friends, siblings, learning experiences. So Tauruses, I think you're going to have a lot of good conversations or even news that could come to you that will bring happiness, emotional fulfillment, that you're going to really see the results of what you have been doing in the past months. And I think it's going to make you feel very comfortable. Maybe you're going to see positive results of, let's say, communication projects that you've done or social media stuff. So I think you're going to be able to really see the fruits of your hard labor, and it's going to feel fulfilling, emotionally speaking, with Cancer and also Jupiter being there. So there could also be an important conversation that takes place in the beginning of January, or even a negotiation that will bring universal balance, karmic justice to a situation, because it's opposed to Jupiter, and Jupiter is right now retrograde. So it means about the past. So there could be, this was why I was talking about conversations or negotiation, because Jupiter can be a Leo planet as well. It could talk about resources. It could talk about teaching, being some kind of coach. So there will be something along those lines probably that comes up for you. And then we have a Venus star point exact on the 6th of January, which is very magical. The Sun and Venus meeting together in your 9th house. So this is truly magnificent. This is the blessings of blessings. And Mars is going to be there too. So first, for Tauruses that are single, it could be the start of a romance with someone. With the 9th house, it can be someone that you met while abroad traveling, or it could be with someone that is a foreigner or has like a different cultural background than yours, or even religious background. For some other people, it could be meeting a new teacher, meeting a new mentor. It could also be being inspired with a spiritual discipline, something that is spiritual, something that you start learning or diving more into, and you're like, wow, this is truly fascinating. It makes me see life through like another lens. So it opens up like a lot more consciousness for you. Some others could also be traveling around this date, or for some, it's also going to be planning a trip. And also you could be receiving the blessings or the results of a work project or business project that started back in January 2022, back when we had the last Venus star point in Capricorn for you in your 9th house. And then on the 18th of January, there is a new moon in Capricorn, and Taurus, it's activating your 9th house. So this is a blessed house to be having, first of all, the Venus star point, but then also this beautiful new moon in Capricorn. And this one will be conjunct Mercury, Mars, Venus, Pluto. So there's a bunch of planets there. Venus, Pluto are not in your ninth house, but they're very close to this new moon. Sextile to Saturn and Neptune, trine Uranus. So needless to say, it's a beautiful new moon, especially in the ninth house, which is the house of blessings, of the universe delivering a lot of positive blessings from the good karma that you've accumulated before. So you could be having important conversations, since Mercury is also part of this new moon. Important conversations regarding money, regarding relationships, especially if it's connected to a project that deals with an international audience, internationally based collaborators. If it's also an education project, which is the ninth house, or a spiritual project. So anything connected to the ninth house, you could have like very, very important conversation. And it's a new moon. So you're opening up a new cycle, you're strategizing, you're trying to really balance things in a really positive way. So there could be also important business negotiations. And Venus and Pluto are in your 10th house, so very close to your midheaven. So these are two financial planets in your house of career. So there could be important decisions about resources, about money, about shared resources. So if you have like, let's say a business with some other people, there could be talks about that. Like, how do you wish to carry on in the near future, in 2026 in general, with being fair with everyone, because it's in Aquarius. Venus and Pluto are in Aquarius. Also, it's trine Uranus, so bringing positive change to any business project. And there could also be new business projects with likely many people involved, and also with other people that are contributing with their energy or their finances for the success of this project. So let's look at the cards for Taurus.
Okay, let's see what we have for January. So your card is, how do you pronounce this one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And it says unpredictable changes on the horizon. So this is Uranus energy.
Yep.
It's the number of the tower energy also.
Yes. You got that right.
Love it. All right. We seem to have an influence of Mercury also with this card. So it could also be communication that are coming towards you that are going to be surprising, that are going to change some aspect of your life. Did you do that on purpose on your card?
What part?
The bird.
Yeah, I was looking at the mythology of this African goddess, which is Oya, and she has like some kind of what is it, like a spiritual, not mentor, which is the bird. So, and also Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury in astrology.
There you go.
So it deals with communication. Uranus is much more like drastic and awakening than Mercury, but yeah, it makes sense also with the messenger.
Yes, so that's where I was picking up the energy of Mercury, and then the fact that we have this beam of Uranus light that is coming on the bird. For me, that's powerful communication that is coming out of nowhere sometimes, that is shaking your world. And it's so funny that we have this deity that is African, because while we were talking for Taurus, I kept seeing you with beads in your hair that was like African. I was like, why am I seeing this?
Interesting. I might have past lives over
there. Okay, so let's see your card. We have love yourself first. Okay, so I think so far, you're the second sign only, but so far that's the energy of the month. It is going to be a powerful breakthrough from the past. So I think it's really, we are launching the new chapter of your life in the month number 1 of the year number 1. And it can be very powerful for you to use it knowingly of what is the energy right now in the month. So start projects, really ask for what you think you deserve. Even if you have doubts that it is achievable, ask, go for it, demand, apply, do whatever you need to do in January. But love yourself first. How I'm seeing this, it's that it is now just about you. We are in the Aries kind of energy for the year. It is about you. And what I'm seeing is that you're going to have changes in your life, and you need to choose for you. You need to make choices in your life that are aligned with your interests, that are aligned with your needs, and to really take the opportunity that are going to come sometimes out of nowhere to your advantage. Also, don't wait for the universe to push things towards you. Really, like I said, apply, ask, question, do your research, help the universe help you, because with this energy of this month, Taurus it is going to be very, very powerful. Also, last thing I want to say, Taurus, you are known to be nurturing, caring, and loving. This is a month where it says love yourself first. It is a month where it is very important that if you have trouble with this, just commit for this month to choose yourself first. And that can look like doing a special schedule for the month just to prioritize yourself and to put some of the very big important goals that you have step by step in your planning for the month with the times to take care of yourself. But for sure, things are going to change, move, and it could be very quickly.
Wow. And also your ruler is Venus. So the card that love yourself first really makes sense, especially because Venus is a star player in January, your planet. So I think it's going to help you not only love yourself more, but like align all your life with that self-love, which is going to be like very important for everything because it's happening. The conjunction with Sun and Venus is happening in your 9th house. So be prepared to get a lot of guidance about your future, about like your team is going to help you, and it's going to be very loving and very guiding. So wow, beautiful month ahead for you, Tauruses. Do make sure you like this video. Of course, if you enjoyed your reading, let us know in the comments down below if you resonate with the energies, and any comment, of course, that you'd like to share with us. We're going to be happy to read your comments. Okay, so happy January, Tauruses, again, and we'll see you very soon. Let's talk about Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. So Gemini, it's going to be a very positive month. And for you, you're going to talk a lot about your finances. So you're going to have your 2nd house being activated, which is the house of investments, of value, of money. And then towards more the end of January, your 8th house of shared finances is also going to be activating. So lots of energies around your finances, and it's going to be a beautiful energy. So let's start with January 3rd. We have a full moon in Cancer in your 2nd house of finances, of value, of investments. And the sun is with Venus and Mars on one side in your 8th house. And then on the other side, we have the moon and Jupiter in your 2nd house. And it's very close to being the Venus star point, the Venus Sun conjunction, which is going to be exact on the 6th. So the beginning of January is truly blessed, especially for you, Gemini, with your finances. Great news for you. So there could be a positive ending to a financial situation because it's a full moon. So we're completing something. And because you have Cancer in your 2nd house, it can mean that like your finances were fluctuating a lot. Maybe you had a lot of upheavals within like the money you receive or your revenues in general. So I think with the full moon close to being in a conjunction to Jupiter, now it's like you're finding a lot more security with that full moon. Some could also finish an important transaction around the beginning of January, or deciding to invest in something that makes you happy, makes you feel secure, makes you feel more grounded with your root chakra, because we know that our sense of security is dependent on the strength of our root chakra, and it's connected with our finances, of how we feel secure if we're out of that survival mode. So I think this full moon Gemini is going to help you achieve a better balance also between your revenues, your expenses. And because the Venus star point will be in your 8th house, That's wonderful for receiving money, for receiving blessings from other people. So for some, it's going to be in the form of money. For other people, it's going to be in the form of, let's say, people helping you, people being there for you. But blessings are coming from other people. Also for Gemini, some could be also merging assets with someone else. So deciding to invest, let's say, in a property with someone, or investing yourself in a new project. It could be a work project with someone else. So you're kind of teaming up in order to make it more strong, let's just say. And also, I think there's going to be lots of talks around this full moon about money, about financial agreements with partners. And also, if it's on a more relationship level, it could be a relationship going to the next level of commitment, which is, let's say, deciding to move in together, or, that type of stuff. Relationship or partnerships. And then on January 18, we have a new moon in Capricorn. That's activating your 8th house. So now we have the new moon. So the sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Pluto, all together with this new moon in Capricorn. So this is like a very powerful bunch, and it's making a positive aspect, sextile to Saturn and Neptune, and a trine to Uranus. So really beautiful energy to have there. Usually the 8th house is a house that we're like, it's not easy. It's a house of transformation, upheavals. It can also be like emergency situation, crisis. But when we have such beautiful energy in the 8th house, it can also be about like receiving the blessings or starting something new, positive in terms of transformation. So because it's a new moon, it could be a new mutual investment with someone else. The 8th house is how we put our resources with someone else. It could be also a new commitment with someone, either romantic or professional. It could be the start of a passionate romance or a passion project even, which can be also the 8th house. And because it's connected to Venus and Pluto, it's something that you really want that will be starting there in the 8th house. And the 8th house is highly healing and transformational. So whatever you start there is going to help you evolve into viewing love, relationship, and money in a different way. So it's like the start of a new healing journey that is happening at the same time of whatever is showing up for you in your life. It's important to get lots of communication around this new moon. Mercury is also part of the equation to make sure that our expectations of whatever we're starting with someone else is clear. The agreements are clear. The parameters are clear. It could also be for some starting a new therapy, starting a new shadow work, but I don't think it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very uplifting, whatever it is being started. Also, I wrote could help for romance and also money. Yeah, it could be very beneficial for romance and also for money, which is the 8th house. So beautiful month ahead for you, Gemini. Let's look at the cards now.
Yes, and I know Gemini, and it fits with what they're going through, the one that I know. So absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Okay, let's see. Your energy of the month is Kalima. And it says death and rebirth. That's the 8th house.
Yep. 100%. Scorpio is not Scorpio. Pluto is the ruler of this card. So yes, definitely.
And your last card for the month. Okay, it fell. Purify your life. All right. So we can see that there is a big ending and a rebirth with this. I would invite you, if you are ready for a fresh start, but you don't know where to start, I will invite you to start with your home. Your home can do magic in all aspects of your life. If you simplify your life, as this card is saying, if you are going through your home and getting rid of stuff that is blocking the blessings from coming in, that can already help you in so many aspects of your life. Okay, so we know that it is affecting the feng shui of your house. I would start there if you don't know where to start, because we see that there is an ending and a rebirth, or becoming something else in your life that is coming your way. With those energies, I will invite you also to, if it's not already there, to cocooning a lot, to do a lot of recharging, because with this transformation, that it is conscious or it is subconscious, that it is in the 3D or the 5D, with transformation, we need sometimes to have extra energy to go through them. So if it's not already there, it's a time to prepare for that change in your life. So those would be my two go-to. If you don't know yet where those changes are coming in your life, if it's going to be a surprise, I invite you to get ready for it and to invite the blessings in your life. Make space for it. The last thing I want to say is that there is going to be a change for sure with death and rebirth and simplifying your life. There may be a change that is going to be temporary, but most likely when we have death and rebirth, it is going to be something that is going to be profound and for the long term. But sacrifices could be just temporary. So you could do a budget, for example, just for a moment, but the changes that are going to come with it are going to be long term. So you could be having a long term goal that you want to save money from. So sacrifices could be just short term, but you could gain so much out of the long term. And we are in a year one. So you really want to prioritize a long run with this, because we are at the start of a new chapter.
Wow, powerful. And yeah, like I forgot to say also, but with the cards, it makes so much sense that second house and eighth house are the houses of the energy exchange. So yes, it deals with the finances, but also what we give versus what we receive. So there's like a big maybe healing of that coming up for Gemini in the month of January, of like maybe allowing more help from other people, which is the eighth house, maybe you know what, rebalancing the whole balance. Maybe you have a partner, maybe you're trying to yeah, let's say if you're tired, maybe you need to verbalize, I need more help. Or if your partner is saying like, I need more help, it needs to be reciprocal. So there will be a review of that, and Mercury's part of especially the second new moon, which is January 18th. So lots of conversations about that. Wow, very healing month for you, Geminis. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do make sure you hit the like button. And also do leave us a comment below the video to let us know if that resonates with you. And if you'd like to share anything, we'd love to read your comments. And we wish you a beautiful month of January full of new energy, fresh new energy, inspiring, love, money, all that good stuff. So now let's talk about Cancer. So we're going to do for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Cancer, wow, what an important month for you. So, of course, it's as we begin January, it's Capricorn season. So the sun is transiting your 7th house of partnership, relationship. So it's a very important month for you to focus on that. So a lot of Cancers could be prioritizing a relationship, or if you're single, meeting someone else. So there's going to be a big emphasis in your 1st house, which is the self, and the 7th house, which is the partner, or other people in general. So let's start January 3rd. We have a full moon in your sign, so in your 1st house. And honestly, Cancers, this is like one of the best full moon of the year. So what a beautiful time for you, Cancer, to start the year right. So I know usually we say that January is not necessarily a time where you can really manifest new things. And like, it's not a new moon, it's a full moon, but still there is so much beautiful energy to start the new year right, especially for Cancers in your 1st house. So you have a full moon, and the moon is your ruler. So the full moon, you're more sensitive, naturally speaking, to full moons, and it's in your sign. And we have Jupiter along with the moon, also exalted in Cancer. So both the moon and Jupiter are super happy in Cancer in your sign. So to me, it's really an energy of wishes being fulfilled, especially what you have been wishing for in the past, because Jupiter is retrograde still. And the moon is like bringing you the blessings from what you were manifesting from the past. So Be ready to really receive blessings. And when you do, don't forget to thank your higher self, thank your guides, try to be in that grateful energy, not like to not be thinking about what's the next thing on my list, right? Or not be able to fully be in that energy of like being happy, grateful. But I think this is a beautiful time and you really need to be present in that full moon energy. And plus, at the same time of this full moon in your sign, we have the Venus star point happening in your 7th house. So it's kind of building at the time of this full moon and will be exact on the 6th of January. So this is the sun meeting with Venus in your 7th house of relationship, partnership, love. So you know what, like Cancers, this is beautiful. It could be for some, it could be a new love, a new relationship, or solidifying a relationship that's already existing. And for others, it could be the return of a love from the past, because this cycle will have to do with what was going on in January of 2022 for you. So it's not necessarily that it's the same person that is coming back. For some, it could be, but it could also be like what you were working on personally in terms of relationship dynamics, of maybe changing your limiting beliefs to let in more love, more balance in your relationship, more help from other people. Also, if you are working with clients, which is also the 7th house, you could be working on, building your clientele, and now you could be receiving the blessings of your hard work. And it's in the sign of Capricorn, so it means that you worked on something on these last year, and now you could see at the time of the Venus star point some results or development around this theme. So the big theme for you in January will be building strong and stable relationships that are based on equal give and take, that are fulfilling emotionally, and that are, built for the long term. Also, there could be important deals, agreements, or you can gain more clients if you do have clients. Also, there could be money coming from other people or opportunities that could be wealthy opportunities coming from other people. But necessarily, I think there could be really good quality time available, especially at the beginning of January. And then January 18, we have a new moon in your opposing sign of Capricorn, so in your 7th house. This new moon is really magical. It's the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Pluto all together. So a big bunch of planets in your 7th house or near your 7th house, and making beautiful aspects to Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. So for Cancers, I have good news. If you are single, there are high chances that you either meet someone new or enter in a new, more committed relationship with someone at that time. Or there could be a new phase. If you already have a partner, a spouse, there could be a new phase of that relationship that is more based on communication, more exciting, more passionate. Mars and Venus are part of, and Pluto also are part of this party of planets. So anything that will be done with other people is really positive for you, Cancer, right now, especially towards the last part of January. Also, you could be making travel plans with other people. You could also be receiving money from others, from your clients, or also receiving really good opportunities from other people. So anything that is coming from other people that you feel that is connected to, that resonates with yourself, could be very positive. Also, there could be important conversations. Mercury is also there, that stabilize relationship or make sure that they are flowing, that they are equal give and take. There could also be conversations about money, love, especially around this new moon on the 18th. And there could also be a start of a new project with other people, or a new romance, as I said, for the single Cancers out there. So let's look at the cards for our beautiful Cancers.
Okay, let's see what we have. Your card is Transmute with Sacred Fire. Interesting. You were talking about how the two together can be creating a passionate start. And it says use your creativity, which is also connected with Venus, the creativity.
Yeah, and it's interesting that I put Mars as the ruler of that card, but yes, you're right. Like Venus is creativity, so it's like the cosmic lovers that are also in your 7th house.
That's very
Or
powerful.
near your 7th house, yeah.
And we have find freedom. Okay, so what is happening here? I think it's really the combination of the 1st house and the 7th house. What we see here with find freedom and transmute with sacred fire, use your creativity. First of all, it's you have manifested something. You have used your free will to manifest something that is resonating with you, and transmute with I don't know why I say within fire, but it's with sacred fire from within. I'm assuming that's why my mind goes there.
Yep.
But transmute with sacred fire. I think it's really chopping the discord, connecting you with old pattern. You are saying, I'm done, I'm cutting this, I am no longer going to entertain the same patterns in my love life or other places in your life. I want something that is going to resonate. And the sacred fire, yes, it's purification, but it's also your own vibration, your own energy. It is the Mars energy. So with this, what I'm seeing is someone who is saying, I want something that is just for me. I want something that is purely beautiful, but out of the pattern, out of what I have tried in the past. So if you are finding your match in this month, it is going to be someone that is possibly very trustworthy, that is possibly going to let you be yourself, have your own passion. It says find your freedom, so letting you be independent. It's not going to be someone that is going to match who you had in your past, so that it's not going to be someone that is extremely jealous. It's not going to be someone who doesn't let you be yourself, or do you have to change what you want, what you do, what you like to be with this person. It's going to embrace who you are and let you breathe in the relationship. That is for those of you who are going to either rekindle a love relationship, have a fresh start in your love life, but it can also be in other aspects of your life. It could also be creating your perfect job. We know that 7th house sometimes could be having your own clients. So it could also be finding your own business where you free yourself from the old matrix job that you may have, and trying to achieve something that is just for you, that gives you that motivation, that passion, and also that freedom in your life.
You know what? That's interesting that I also see with those cards. I see like with cultivating your own inner fire, which is the first card. By the way, my friend is also a Cancer, so that's really fitting for your reading, Cancers. So it's like you're cultivating your inner fire. So really creating the life that you desire, that you feel passionate about. So you're passionate about your stuff. And that's what also attracts other people that are also excited about their life, that are, that are full of life. So that's what's attracting other people to you. And also you want to make sure that you're in a relationship with someone that also lights up your fire, that also, first of all, tends to their own fire and then lights up your own fire. So that's what we find attractive, someone that is full of life, right? So I think this is about cultivating that for you guys. Love it. So let us know if you resonate with that reading. We hope so. And if you did, do make sure you give it a like and let us know in the comments down below how you feel. If you'd like to share anything, we'll be happy to read your comments. And we wish you the most beautiful month of January, full of beautiful blessings, inspiring things happening to you. So let's now talk about Leos. So this is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Leos, what an interesting month. So first of all, the full moon will be activating your 12th house of healing, of dreams, of, finishing up things from the past, which is the 12th house. And then your sixth house of work in the second part of January, of work and health, daily routine will also be activating. So let's start with January 3rd. We have a full moon in Cancer activating your 12th house. So on one side, we have the moon, we have Jupiter in Cancer in your 12th house. So finishing up a big cycle that deals with the past, bringing a lot of healing, correcting a situation of imbalance from the past. Jupiter is there. It's also retrograde. So there's a lot of indications that you're closing out a big chapter that started in the past, that you're now healing things. So for me, it's also ending of a challenging phase with those planets in your 12th house, and now like really receiving the blessings of closing out this big chapter. So a big healing phase is reaching a culmination for you, Leos. There could also be, as I said, blessings coming from this healing. And I don't think it's like you're just lying down and you're like waiting for the universe to send you gifts. It's like you actively were doing healing work and wanting to really do things, actually taking action. So if you did so, now you will be seeing the rewards of that. Jupiter is a planet where, like, if you're really aligned with your integrity, your values, your moral, you will see beautiful blessings coming from it. And Jupiter is now exalted in the sign of Cancer. So it's a very positive place for it to be. You could feel like you need more time than usual to relax, to be at home, to recharge, to rest, even with loved ones. So you could be feeling very social, but also recharging in those times. So make sure that you surround yourself with circumstances, with people where you can really recharge your battery. Is the 12th house. So you're going to be like in a healing phase, in a healing bubble for that first part of January. Even like spiritual retreats, meditation, spiritual activities are really, really good for Leos, especially for the first part of January. And the universe could be helping to correct a past situation, again, with Jupiter being there. But whatever is transforming or ending, it's going to, for you to need a little bit more rest than usual. And at the same time, we have the Venus star point in your 6th house forming, and it's going to be exact on the 6th. In a sign of Capricorn, so you could also be receiving results or blessing from a past work situation that likely started in January of 2022, the last time we had the Venus star point in Capricorn in your 6th house. So there's something that was started back then in 2022 that now you will be seeing like a continuation or a development or some kind of rewards. And then January 18, there's a new moon in Capricorn, activating your 6th house of work, of health, of daily routines. So it's a very hardworking, but yet inspiring new moon to be having in your 6th house. So I absolutely love that. So we have the sun, the moon together with Mercury, with Mars, with Venus, and with Pluto. So can you imagine like how much energy there is for you? So you're really opening up like a new window of energy, a new chapter where you're open to changing your routine. It could be health routine, it could be work routine. So you're really implementing something new and you're going to feel very inspired to do so. So there could be a new work project. There could be important conversations around the theme of work. If you do have employees, this is the house of employees. Also collaborators. So anything that deals with work, you could be having like new conversation to plan stuff, to strategize, to make sure that like you're still inspired, you're motivated, Venus and Pluto. So it's also a positive new start for healthy habits. And we know it's January, it's the month where usually we try to detox from whatever happened during the holidays. And it's also the time to really build like a strong foundation for the future, making work plans, making sure you're back to your healthy routine, also looking at new options for your day-to-day life. So you're going to see at this new moon that there's a lot more options maybe that you didn't think of before that are now available for you for expansion, for just seeing things in a different way, seeing new possibilities that you didn't see before. Also, there could be money coming in from other people. You have Venus and Pluto in the 7th house, and we're going to have a conjunction between those two a little before this new moon, but it's almost exact at the time of this new moon. So Venus and Pluto bring passion in your 7th house, but also could bring financial wealth coming from other people, or good opportunities at least. And also there could be a legal situation or the end of a negotiation that is also ending in the 7th house, which is the house of legal matters. So let's look at Leos for the month of January.
Let's see what we have for Leos. So the very first card is Mother Mary. So offering some kind of abundance in blessing, and also this kind of a very nurturing energy of peace for Leos. It's almost like the universe is saying, you went through so much, we're going to just give you some rest. We're going to give you some peace and just some bubble of protection around you. Of course, this card is the number 25, and it says your heart is a sacred portal and spiritual sovereignty. So you were talking about spiritual retreat and things like that for Leos. This is absolutely beautiful. We do have replenish and invigorate your spirit. Yes, so the month of January, I'm not saying that nothing will happen, because obviously there's tons of things that will happen for you guys, but the energy overall will be the universe saying, hey, recharge, and just a bubble, like I said, of protection around you to nurture you, restore you, recharge you during this time. I don't have a lot to say about this, because it's almost like you guys are going to be the protected one, the cherished one, and the loved one for this month. I feel like the universe is really saying your heart needs some healing. And in the month of January, this is where it's going to happen.
I'm all in for that as a Leo. Yes, so beginning of the month will be all about recharging, I believe, especially with the astrology, with the 12th house. And then like finding also things in your daily life that recharges you, that also accompany this process of healing, of recharging, of respecting and honoring your energy levels. So because Leo, like he said, like he gives so much, this is the sign of the heart. And I love that we have also the card of and she has her hands on her heart. It's the heart portal. So the heart, the Leo is so giving of its energy, of its love, that it's also important that you focus on yourself during the month of January in order to be able to continue giving to everybody. So sending you so much love, Leos. Hope you have an amazing month of January that is recharging, that is full of love, inspiring. And do make sure you like this video if you did appreciate that reading. And also do make sure also you comment down below if you have anything to share with us, and we'll be happy to read your comments. All right, so for our next one, it's going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Virgos, positive month for all signs, but I think also for Virgos, it's going to feel very, very good because your 11th house is going to be activating, which is the house of dreams, of goals, of gains even, of friendships. And then your 5th house of love, of vacation, of joy, of creation is also going to be activating this month. And we have beautiful alignment. So I think this is going to be a very, I want to say positive yet inspiring month, especially for Virgo. So let's start on January 3rd, where we have a full moon in Cancer in your 11th house. So on one side, we have the moon with Jupiter in your 11th house, and both are super happy in the sign of Cancer. Jupiter is exalted, the moon is at home. So there is like a kind of culmination, a very positive culmination of something you wished for before. Jupiter is retrograde still. That is kind of being granted to you. So this, to me, it's a really wishes fulfilled type of energy. And the 11th house is something that was kind of a big dream of yours. Also, you could be seeing the results in terms of gains. The 11th house is said to be the house of gains, of if you have an audience, if you have a following, depending on like how active you are on social media or not, and if your work is also dependent on getting an audience, getting followers. So that could be a really, really good time to see an expansion of that for Virgos. Also, socially speaking, it's a really good time to be expanding your network, to be getting together with some friends, to be doing social events, and whatever's happening socially at the beginning of January, it's going to feel very emotionally fulfilling. It's going to feel like you're really at home, even though you might not be at home, you might be traveling, Jupiter, but whatever you're doing, you're going to be with people that makes you really feel at home. You could also be going to an event with friends. And also I want to say that the Venus star point, which is when Venus conjuncts with the sun, it's already forming at the time of this full moon on the 3rd, but it's going to be exact on the 6th of January. And it's happening in your 5th house. Like, how beautiful can it be? The 5th house is the house of joy, of love, of fun, of vacation, of anything that fully recharges us. So this full moon is also saying, like, shine as you are, shine also your creative light. It's also making you more front and center than usual. Maybe you're going to get out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're going to meet with people. And also for other people, it could be a new business project with that Venus star point, or a new creative project that forms, or something that you started back in January of 2022 or around that time, which is the last time we had the Venus star point in Capricorn in your 5th house. And now you could see the results of whatever was happening in your 5th house, which again is the house of children. It's the house of any creative project, any business project that you created, of fun, joy, hobbies, creations, anything that you do to recharge yourself is the 5th house, or to shine, to express yourself creatively. And also you could be building financial stability with Moon and Jupiter in the 11th house. This is a really good financial combination for expansion. And then on January 18 of Virgos, we have a beautiful new moon in Capricorn in your 5th house, again, of fun, of love, romance, joy, children, all the things we do that really makes our hearts sing is the 5th house. And not only do we have the sun, the moon together, but we have Mercury, we have Mars, Venus, Pluto. So a really happy bunch there, making beautiful aspects to other planets. So for single Virgos, there could very well be the start of a new romance, because this is the house of love. This is the house of dating, of romance. And if it's not on the romantic side of things, it can also be a fun project that you're starting, maybe a vacation, maybe a trip. Anything that you're going to start there is going to really be allowing you to be in that joy frequency, or to express yourself creatively. So for others, it can also be, yay, confirmation. For others, it could also be the start of a new creative project, which is also the 5th house. And we have very creative influences with Venus, with Mars together. They bring like the fire, the inspiration, the passion with Pluto. So for a lot of Virgos, I feel like it could be something that you start to create that is like, wow, this is so cool. And you get like almost like obsessed in that creation bubble with Pluto there. For others, it could be more like on the vacation side of things, which is also the 5th house. It could be you're finding a new hobby or something that you really like to do, an activity, a new form of dance, and you find a new karaoke bar. Who knows? The 5th house could be all those things. Also, for some Virgos, it could be an important conversation with a romantic partner, with a love interest, or regarding children, which is also the 5th house. And there could be also conversations, negotiations about money and fairness, because we have also Venus and Pluto that are making a conjunction very near this new moon. And whatever is happening, it's allowing you to build really a solid foundation for your future creations. Even if you're planning, or if you already have children, if you're planning to have children, it's really setting like the foundation for the future. So let's look at your cards of Virgo for the month of January.
Okay, let's see what we have. Your card of the month is Pisces. Interesting. It's a number 12, and it says heal, channel, and create.
Creative.
Yes. And your last card for the month, turn over a new leaf. So yes, you were talking about how it can be putting a foundation for something, and I feel like this is really your soul that is speaking through you during the month of January, and it is very clear on what your soul wants to create, bring to light in the future through starting the month of January. So if for some of you, you want to have children, for example, it is souls that you connected with on the other side. It is souls that you already know. They can even show up in your dreams. Same thing if you are in a creative process with anything in your life during the month of January. You may dream about it. You may have vision about it. You may have downloads about it. The fact that in the past things may not have worked out the way that you really wanted it, it's not important, because it says it's a new chapter of your life, a new result. So if you have been feeling blocked in starting anything that you truly wanted to do, because the result in the past when you tried to do something like that were not the best, it is a completely new energy. And the fact that we have turn over a new leaf and the number 12, which represents an ending on its own, it's really talking about how we are in a new frequency, a new energy, a new vibration with new kinds of result. You are going to be completely different in that new venture, and you are going to be receiving new kind of result in that new venture. You're going to be extremely connected to source, so feel like you can ask your guides during all of this process, no matter what you want to create or do, and feel like you are also extremely, like I said, connected to source, to clear yourself, to be able to prepare yourself to receive whatever you are going to be creating or that you are going to embark on. Overall, it's a very strong energy that says this is no longer an area of struggle, and we are removing the struggle from that area of your life, and you are a new person and a new soul, in a sense, for those aspects of your lives.
Wow. Okay, I forgot to say something quite important about Virgos, and now I love the fact that you're bringing that up with the cards, which is Neptune exiting your 7th house on the last week of January. So Neptune is in Pisces. So you got the Pisces card, which made me think about that. So Neptune on the 26th is finally exiting for life your 7th house. So you're saying like you're completing a major, let's say, experience, or you might have felt blocked in your relationships and your partnerships, something regarding other people. Relationship was maybe foggy, unclear, or you were having lots of karmic experiences, and now the fog is lifting, and like you're having a major breakthrough, especially after, like, on and around like the last week of January, when Neptune is finally out of your 7th house. So I love how like your reading complements that beautifully. Let us know, Virgos, if you did appreciate that reading. And if you did, do make sure you hit the like button. It really helps Sophie and I support the channel. And also you can write us a little comment there in the comment box down below. And we're going to be happy to read anything that you'd like to share on this reading. And we wish you a beautiful, groundbreaking month of January. Let's just say that for Virgos. So sending you much love. For Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, let's look at your month of January ahead. So it's going to be a very pivotal month for you, Libras, because your 10th house is going to be activating your house of career, your public life, your life mission, how people perceive you. is going to be activating in the first part. And then the fourth house is also going to be activated, which is all about your personal life, what really brings you emotional fulfillment, your home, your family. So this axis is part of the angular houses of astrology. So it's very foundational. So we're going to have two and beautiful, one of my two favorite full moon and new moons of the whole year are happening in this axis. So I think beautiful developments are happening, especially for you Libras. So let's start on January 3rd. We have a full moon in Cancer, and that's happening in your 10th house of career, of work, of public status, of recognition. So the sun is with Venus and Mars in your fourth house and is opposing this new moon. And the new moon, not the new moon, but the full moon rather, is with Jupiter in your 10th house. So, and moon is at home in a sign of Cancer. Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer. So this is like a magical influence in your career home, in your career sphere. And because it's a full moon, there could be a culmination of a work project or the ending of some particular work project that brings you a lot of pride, of a lot of emotional fulfillment. You're really proud of what you did accomplish or achieve. There could be like an important achievement that brings you emotional fulfillment. I think a lot of Libras are going to be finding their professional purpose even more, or you're going to be stepping in something and be like, oh, I really love doing that. This really aligns with how I feel. And with Jupiter also being in your 10th house, it could have to do with being some kind of coaching figure, mentor figure, teacher figure to other people, and really rejoicing in that role, like this really being closer to what you're here to do for other people. And Libras are great at being in contact with other people. You know, this is a very social sign, and they are really good also in one-on-one relationship, whether it's coaching, mentoring. So you could be doing more of that and really finding how it's aligning even more with your life mission. For other Libras, it could be the end of a phase where, for example, you travel a lot and you're not a lot at home. So because of the fourth house and 10th house, there's going to be like a tug of war between the two during the month of January. And you're going to have to find a balance between your personal life, your family life, your home life, and your professional life. And both are going to be important, but the fourth house is going to be even more focal because we're going to have the Venus star point. So the sun and Venus meeting together on January 6th in your fourth house of home and family. So bringing blessings, opportunities to also reevaluate or rebalance something, bring more love into your home, your heart, your situation, finding peace, harmony, stability at home. And because also Venus is the planet of love, but it's also the planet of finances. You could be budgeting also with the household members, rebudgeting with your spouse, your partner, having more revenues that come also during that time. And also adding more beauty, more harmony to your home. And also you could be readjusting situation in order to find an agreement at home, to find more balance, more peace. And again, your planet is Venus. So the Venus star point on the 6th of January is going to be pivotal. And think back what was happening in January, beginning of 2022 for you. This is the last time we had the conjunction between Venus and Sun in your fourth house in the sign of Capricorn. So maybe you were starting to want to build, let's say, a family or something more solid, a solid relationship, a home. And now like you're going to get some kind of a reward or let's say blessing coming in from the things that you worked on beginning in 2022. And then on the 18th of January, we have a beautiful new moon in Capricorn in your fourth house this time, in your house of family, home. So you see there's a lot of emphasis there with your fourth house especially. And this new moon, so the sun, the moon will be with a bunch of other planets. So we have Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Pluto, all part of this new moon. So there's a lot of energy there in your fourth house, making beautiful aspects to other outer planets. So there could be a new situation at home or a new living situation around the 18th of January. Or you're having conversations about this new situation at home. How can it look like? How can we, let's say, budget? How can we strategize? How can we plan in order to finalize things, or really be planning for those changes ahead? And it's making a beautiful aspect to Uranus. So saying that if you're willing to change, if you're willing to have like clear conversations with other people, I think there could be like really positive changes there. There could be really important conversations with a family member or partners about home, about family, about agreements. Mercury is part of this new moon. And of course, there could be talks about money, financial responsibilities with family members or partner. Venus and Pluto are part of this new moon. So those are financial planets. So there's going to be lots of talk about the future, how like you're organizing your living situation, how the responsibilities are being shared with family members. So there's going to be a rearrangement of that. And it's a new moon in Capricorn, so it's a new phase, and you're striving for long-term stability. You're striving for something that is rooted in stability, in long-term solid foundation for everybody involved. So yeah, I think Uranus, of course, will bring changes, but I think you shall adapt well, Libras, to whatever changes are coming up. And you could be agreeing to a new way of living, managing family budget. Also, there could be children involved. Venus and Pluto are in your 5th house right now, close to the 4th, but still in the 5th. So there could be talk about children allocation, about their responsibilities, about like your responsibilities regarding children. So there's going to be a lot of talk about managing responsibilities and finding middle ground, which is all about Venus, your planet. So let's look at the cards, Libras, for your month of January.
Okay, let's see your 2 cards of the month. So the first card for you is healing is brought to a situation. Wow, okay. This is absolutely what you need in this moment, and it is all pink, so all about love, healing, blessings. Let's see your second card. Okay, it's flying. It says, visualize, imagine your dream. So I think that's something that you probably said, oh no, it's not going to happen, or it's not for me, or it's never going to change. It's finally accessible. Maybe it's going to come to you from somebody external that is addressing those needs of change, or maybe it's going to be you that is going to suddenly needs to have certain things addressed. But what we're seeing is a lot of blessing, a lot of healing, it says, and something that could have been frustrating, you're going to see the beauty in it. You're going to see it's a change of perspective, as well as a change and a adjustment of the situation. So you need to be welcoming also of the part that maybe you didn't see on the right way before. Maybe you're going to see after the conversation or after this change that is coming for you this month, that after all this thing that was bringing you a lot of negative sensation or feelings was not that bad, and in fact was serving you in some purpose, or that the person or the entity on the other end had good intentions this whole time. Stay open. Sometimes new perspective can come, and you can be surprised. With the card of visualize and imagine your dream, it's absolutely a blessing from universe that is coming. And I want to say that because of this picture, it makes me feel like this is something at a very cellular level, at a very core energetic level, that is going to be transformed, and it's just going to be acted on in a subconscious. So there is 2 different things for me in those cards. The thing that is going to be the blessing, the healing. That's one thing that is going to be more concrete, more tangible. But there is also something on a cellular level, something on the soul energetic level that is going to happen, and that is going to bring you into this new blessing phase. And again, that energy of healing.
Again, like you did something very interesting. You were reading the cards or something that I didn't talk about, which is also important. So let me introduce that for Libras. Neptune in the last week of January is leaving your 6th house of health, of work, and entering into your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So that will be a big, big move, and we're going to feel it especially at the beginning of this move. So end of January, early February, for the whole month of February, I would say. And Neptune is a planet of healing. And when it enters your 7th house, which is going to happen, it's going to bring a lot of forgiveness to other people, forgiveness, like healing of a lot of relationships. And plus, leaving your 6th house of health, there you can see like a lot of breakthroughs with physical imbalances from before.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Libras, we hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you did, do make sure you hit the like button. It really helps Sophie and I, and it supports the channel. And also let us know in the comments down below if you'd like to share anything regarding this reading. We'll be happy to read your comments. And we wish you a beautiful month of January full of beautiful blessings and breakthroughs. So sending you much love, Libras. And then we're going to talk about Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. Scorpios, I think you're going to really love this month. I think everybody's going to feel very blessed in January, but I think Scorpios too, because your 9th house of blessings, of spirituality, of guides is going to be activating in the first part. And then the sun will be transiting your 3rd house of communication, and we're going to have a new moon activating your 3rd house, which is talking about lots of movements, lots of conversations, very active month, but very positive changes can happen in January for you Scorpios. So first of all, let's look at the full moon in Cancer on January 3rd, so the very beginning of January, activating your 9th house. So this is a beautiful full moon. I think those two, the full moon and the new moon that we're going to talk about, are two of my all-time favorites of 2026. The moon in Cancer is with Jupiter. So both are very, very happy in the sign of Cancer. Plus in your 9th house, where Jupiter is at home, the moon is very happy in the 9th house too, very expansive. So this is an energy of like completing a spiritual lesson. It could be a course, a teaching project, or a phase of your life in a very spiritual way. If you think about more of a soul's perspective, there is something, a lesson that your soul has understood that now it's like making you feel a lot more full, making you feel a lot more fulfilled, happy, and feeling like you're connecting even more with your true self, which is also Jupiter and the moon. And with, of course, Jupiter in your 9th house, the moon is there. It could very well talk about traveling or receiving people from other countries, foreigners. Maybe you're receiving family, but it's going to, whatever happens around this full moon, it's going to feel like you're reunited with people that you feel like they're your family. And even though you might not be at home, you're going to feel like you're at home wherever you are in the world with the 9th house. And I feel like Scorpios are going to be guided towards a greater understanding of life, of your purpose with the 9th house. You're going to receive many synchronicities from the universe, many messages. So this full moon is really magical, especially if you want to tap into your emotions, into your inner life, into your spirituality, read cards, look at astrology. This is like the perfect time to do so. You're going to feel very connected to your intuition, to your guides, very tuned in spiritually speaking. So of course, travels is very much on the plan for you. If not, it's going to be interaction with foreign people, foreign cultures. So the goal of that, you're going to feel like very expansive with your consciousness. You're going to be learning new information, that is maybe allowing you to take a new direction, expand your horizons. And at the same time of this full moon, we have the Venus star point that is building up. So the sun moving into a conjunction with Venus in your third house. So this is a really beautiful event that is going to be exact on the 6th of January. And in your third house, Scorpio, it means that a lot of messages. So expect news, messages, communication, important conversations that will spark a better understanding of your spiritual path. So there could be a lot of conversations with loved ones. Venus could be women. It could be a significant partner, like a romantic partner, or it could be conversations about finances as well that are happening around that time. And then on the 18th of January, we have a new moon in Capricorn in your third house. So this is where this energy of communication will be even more highlighted. And along with the sun, the moon, because it's a new moon, we will have Mercury, the planet of communication, in your house of communication, with Mars, with Venus, with Pluto. So there will be lots of important communication, especially for Scorpios. So conversations with friends, with siblings, with coworkers, and generally just other people that are important in your day-to-day life. It could be neighbors as well, which is the third house. You could have also important conversations around money or financial responsibilities with family members, partners, because Venus and Pluto will be in your fourth house. Those conversations could possibly bring important changes in your relationship dynamics because it's making a positive aspect to Uranus in your seventh house. So I think those conversations will spark changes in how you relate to other people. And likely it's going to be very positive because it's a trine. I feel like many Scorpios were going to start at the time of this new moon on the 18th to making plans for the future, maybe make traveling plans with opposing Jupiter, making financial plans, new agreements. It could be also business deals for Scorpios, contracts, any kind of agreement, verbal or written, could be happening at the time of this new moon. Also, you could be discovering a new book, a new documentary, a new topic that sparks your interest. The third house is all those things: writing, speaking, projects, series. There could be a new communication project coming up for you. And I feel like most Scorpio are going to be strategizing about how to budget differently in the household and also possibly how to bring in more revenue. So you're going to be brainstorming about all of that. And also I have to say, like, the third house is good to brainstorm with a small group of people, talk with many different friends or other people that you trust, and it's going to spark a lot of new ideas into your mind. Solutions.
And also a contract, right?
Yeah, contracts, agreements. So yeah, let's look at the cards for Scorpios for January.
Perfect. So let's see Scorpios for January, what we have. So your very first card is Capricorn, yeah? So it could absolutely be for the long term. It says hard work, perseverance are paying off. I don't know why I don't have the brain to read today. It's the number 10, so 10th house. Let's see a little bit more. You have Saturn there also.
Yeah, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn.
Okay.
And like the new moon on the 18th is in Capricorn.
Amazing. All right. Let's see your second card for the month. Pamper yourself. Okay. Well, with those two cards, I really think that you are achieving new highs in this month. I really think that whatever is coming in, if you respect yourself, if you listen to your intuition and you're not just pushing away the red flags, I think you're going to build on solid grounds for the long term. And I think that this is going to also serve for your ascension. It's going to also serve for your soul purpose. So whatever is coming in, you are going to go with the energy, not of the sprinter short-term goal, but of the discipline of Saturn for the long-term goal, which is going to be very important because of the card Pamper Yourself, that you keep your balance during that time. You cannot just sprint when it's going to be long term and expect that you can maintain that rhythm. You have to really understand that it is going to be for the long run, and that you have to adjust your energy and your resources accordingly to this. Overall, you do have a very favorable aspect with just judging by those cards. Of course, it is very loving towards you if you are serious about what you want to achieve, if you want to treat others also with respect and the same energy of commitment that they are going to give to you. It feels like it is very supported by the universe. What did you have in mind with the bird? Because the bird is so central to this card. I really need to know.
Well, it's an eagle. So the eagle is like the top, the top achiever, the top. It's like one of the big birds, in all of the astrology cards have birds on them, and I chose like birds that represent the signs. So this one is all about like being a winner, being like going at the top of the mountain, seeing things from a new height, having a clear vision, like focusing on your goals, which is the energy of Capricorn.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. So yes, I think that this is a month where you can absolutely lay down plans for the full year and even further than the year. Okay. So maybe not in all aspect of your life, of course, but you're going to see that some of the plans are going to get started under a very good start in January, and you're going to be able to build on them for the rest of the year and plus. And like I said, it is serving for your soul evolution, and it is under a lot of beautiful aspect if you respect your boundaries, if you respect your energy, and you don't push away the red flags.
Well, that makes sense. Also, they have the Venus star point in Capricorn in their third house. So when you said like time to make plans for the long term, it's exactly what this energy is all about. And also there's a connection with what was happening in your life in January of 2022. So do think about what was starting to build in your life at that time. And now you're going to get like a development regarding what was starting to build, and you're going to build even more on solid ground as of beginning of January. So I love that for you, Scorpios. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this reading, do make sure you give it a like. And we wish you an awesome month of January, full of exciting new plans, of big breakthroughs and positive energy coming your way. So now let's talk about Saggies. So this is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Sag, you're going to talk a lot about money this month. So both the full moon and the new moon are happening in your financial axis. So yes, money will be a core theme of January, planning, making sure you're building on solid ground. But also it's the axis of energy exchange. So what you give, what you receive. So we're going to talk about that. And first, let's start with January 3rd. We're going to have a full moon in the sign of Cancer, activating your 8th house. And usually when we have, aspects or events happening in our 8th house, usually it's a bit more challenging, but this full moon is really a beautiful one. So I'm not worried about that for Saggies. And especially the moon is here with Jupiter, both in the sign of Cancer, and the moon loves to be in Cancer. Jupiter, your planet, loves to be in Cancer. It's exalted in the sign of Cancer. So I think it's going to be particularly positive for Saggies, especially because it's close to your planet. And it's being opposed to Sun, Venus, and Mars, the cosmic lovers, along with the Sun. So I think there's definitely like a culmination of a phase where you're reaching a better balance. There could be lots of healing surrounding this full moon. It's in your 8th house, which is a very healing house. 8th house is also about what we receive. So it could be money, it could be help, it could be love. It's also the house of intimacy. So it's asking you to feel safe enough to be open up to people that you can trust, and to be able to share the good things in life with people that you feel are deserving of your love, your energy, whatever it is. So it's also asking you to open up even more, to feel safe enough, emotionally speaking and energetically speaking. And also it's a house of finance. So I think Sagittarius, you're reaching a better financial balance at that point. There could be like an event happening regarding mutual finances, because it's what the 8th house rules when you pull your money together with someone else. It could be like reaching a higher commitment with someone else. But also I feel like Sagittarius, you're going to find more security in your root chakra, which is going to help your relationships, but also your money manifestation, feeling more abundant, and not just money, but with good things in general. People helping you, getting more blessings from the universe, good opportunities. So that feeling secure in yourself, in your surroundings, in your circumstances, is helping you attract things to you more easily. So I think also, Sagittarius, you are completing an important lesson about sharing resources and setting boundaries, which is also the 8th house. And it's a really good time to be diving into that, into what you've accomplished in the last 6 months, diving into more healing. Or there could be something, an event or a situation that happens around the beginning of January that allows naturally for healing, which I think is going to happen to most of the Saggies. And the Venus star point, which is a very positive event, is happening, and it's building up around this full moon, but it's going to be exact on the 6th of January in your 2nd house of finances. So I think this is going to be a lot of financial gains, beautiful blessings. It could also be an added source of income that you're going to add, or just like having a better money flow, a better financial flow, and feeling more secure. So allowing the universe also to give to you. Also, you could be receiving material blessings from a cycle that began in January of 2022. So try to think what was happening back then, beginning of 2022, regarding money, regarding resources, investments. Maybe you started to work on your lack mentality or a manifestation of more resources. Maybe you added a source of income. So something will receive blessings, rewards, a combination of energy there around the 6th. So I feel also you're going to feel more self-love, more self-worth, which is also the 2nd house. And you could also decide to invest your energy into a new project or a new way. Okay, then I want to talk about the new moon in Capricorn on the 18th of January, activating your 2nd house of finances, of money, of resources, of value. So this time around, there's a huge party of planets in your 2nd house, which I think is going to be amazing for you, Sagittarius. We have the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Pluto, okay? All part of this new moon. Venus and Pluto are in your 3rd house, if I'm not mistaken. They're not in your 2nd house. Yeah, they are in your 3rd house, but still they're part of this new moon. So at this time, you could be making new financial plans, new strategies. You're going to be really diving into the nitty-gritty of like how you manage your resources. So you can have lots of conversations about finances, material resources. I think you're going to come up with a new strategy in order to reach your goals. You could also be, if you have a partner, getting together with your partner, because Mercury rule your 7th house, or with other people that could help you. It could be a financial advisor, it could be an accountant. So you're going to get help in order to come up with practical solutions in order to strategize better regarding material resources. But it's super positive, anything that is going to be done. And I think it's a really good new moon to be acting in the direction of what you'd like to manifest, not just to wait for the universe to do something. But we have lots of energy. So it's like a portal of energy for you to take action and to really later on receive the blessings of that. So getting the help of other people, asking for help if you need so. Also, you could be making an important new investment that's going to be for some Sagittariuses. You could also be receiving money and needing also to choose where to invest it. That could be a beautiful problem, you know. Or for some Saggies, it could also be a new source of income, a new way to make money, maybe a new work project, a new career, a new a new hustle. So let's look at the cards for January for Saggies.
Let's see what we have. So your first card of the month is, we have New Moon. And it's the energy that says possibilities are endless. And the second card for you for this month is take a deeper look. Amazing. So yes, if you feel limited this month, if you feel like you're going nowhere, there's a problem, because it is two cards that are saying that there is option everywhere, there's opportunities everywhere, and it asks you to use that time, that opportunity of this month, to really use any way that is possible to get to what you want, because things are going to happen. So I like your interpretation of like you did the cactus earlier, saying like you can wait for opportunities.
I love it. The cactus.
So don't do the cactus. Really be stepping into action. Find different ways. Why? It's because there is times where the energies are blocking. They are slowing down the opportunities, or it's harder to get. And there is times where it's just like this. There is solutions coming your way. There is blessings. There is opportunity. Universe is on your side. So yes, you can wait for opportunities to come in, or you can absolutely take the lead and make the best out of this. Because like it says on the first card, opportunities are endless. So it's not because you have one good thing coming in this month that you cannot get more. And I really invite you to maybe make your list of all the resources that you can try to use in order to get those opportunities and blessings. I'm Virgo, so I'm all about lists, but to just keep in mind that there is way more that you can search for, that you can demand, that you can apply for, that you can go and try for to receive even more for this month. So if you are satisfied with your life as is, maybe it's good to stay the way you are. But if you are wanting to receive more, this is the month to really go and try to get all of it.
I love it. And also, like the whole month, Jupiter, your planet, is going to be activated. So as you say, it's time to explore new possibilities. It's time to get out of your comfort zone. And we know Sagittarius to be really good at that. So explore that talent to the maximum.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you did enjoy this reading, do make sure you give it a like. It really helps Sophie and I grow the channel. And also you can leave us a comment down below. We'll be happy to read how you resonate with the reading or anything you'd like to share with us. And we wish you a very special month of January that really sets you on the best timeline for 2026. All right, so sending you much love, Saggies. We're going to talk now about Capricorn. So for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. First of all, a very happy solar return to all of our beautiful Capricorns celebrating their birthday during the month of January. And I know it's not an easy month to be celebrating your birthday, because I know that it's close to the holidays and some people are like just tired about like all the consuming the food. And usually you get it, especially if you're at the beginning of at the ending of December or beginning of January, people are less in the mood to celebrate. So but I think the astrology of January is going to make you feel celebrated. So let's see about that. First of all, January 3rd, we have a beautiful full moon in Cancer in your opposing sign. So this will activate your 7th house. And I have to say both the full moon and the new moon are two of my favorite of 2026. So beautiful energy, and it's going to activate you yourself and the house of other people. And we're starting with the house of other people. So it's going to talk about your relationships, your partnerships. And if you are working with clients, it could also be your clients, your clientele. Very, very positive full moon. So the full moon, the moon is at home in the sign of Cancer. So feels very, very comfortable there in your 7th house. Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer. So both the moon and Jupiter are super happy to be activating your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. and they're opposing Sun with Venus and Mars, the cosmic lovers of the zodiac. So I feel like it's very romantic for Capricorns. I feel like a lot of you could be experiencing rather a healing experience with a partner, with someone, or not just a partner, but just with anybody. You could be having a very, very healing experience around this full moon. Cancer is a very healing sign. The moon is in Cancer, loves to be feeling cozy with people you love, that you consider your family. And with the 7th house, it's also feeling secure with other people. It could be with a romantic partner. It could also be deciding to take your relationship to the next level of commitment, which is also the 7th house. Also, you could be planning a trip around this beginning of January because Jupiter is there. It could be something that you've already experienced because it's retrograde and now you're willing to experience it again, or planning a spiritual experience with other people, again, the 7th house. Whatever happens around the beginning of January is going to feel very emotionally fulfilling. It's going to be, you're going to feel like that happy place in your heart, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's why I like to be, you know? And I feel like you Capricorns are going to want to share happy moments and happiness with the people you love, with other people. It's also a really beautiful energy for reconciliations, for healing relationships, for also positive endings to legal affairs, which is also the 7th house. You could also have really good positive developments or results with clients, with sales for those that are in business. And probably one of the most positive things for Capricorns this month is that the Venus star point is happening in your sign. So the Sun is meeting with Venus, and it's building at the time of this full moon, but it's going to be exact on the 6th of January in your sign. So think back what was happening around January, so beginning of 2022. And now there's going to be like a take two of whatever was starting to build for you around that time. So maybe you were starting to, for example, work on a personal project, a business project, or a relationship, or anything you'd like to manifest in your life that required building it from the ground up. And now, like, you're seeing a positive outcome regarding that in your first house. So it's something that you're really wanting to manifest for yourself. So you're finally getting a chance to achieve, and it could very well be related to your career because Venus rules your 10th house and 5th house, or a creative project that is being brought to life. So now let's talk about January 18. Yes, we're going to have a new moon in your sign in Capricorn, which is a divinely beautiful new moon, Capricorn. So I think you're very blessed with that new moon, especially if it's close to your birthday. So if you're born close to the end of Capricorn season, you're going to have a new moon solar return, which is all about manifesting new possibilities. But wherever you're born, if you're born in January, you're going to feel very blessed with your solar return chart. So the whole year is going to accompany you and really be supportive of what you'd like to manifest. But let's go back to January 18. So new moon in Capricorn in your first house. Whenever we get a new moon close to our birthday season in the first house, it's a chance to manifest something new that is close to our hearts. And this time around, we have the sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, and Pluto, all part of this new moon. So there's a lot of cosmic blessings supporting what you'd like to build into this reality. So it's an amazing new moon, especially for you, Capricorn, because it's in your sign. So you're going to be blessed with powerful, powerful manifestation energy to bring just about anything you'd like to reality. So because it's close to Venus, this new moon, it's time to make plans. It's time to have conversations in order to transition from an idea into building this idea into reality. So making plans for yourself based on what you truly wish to achieve next. And because it's in Capricorn, it's in your sign, it's the sign of long term. And we have a sextile to your planet Saturn. So whatever is being started around the 18th of January has this supportive beams from Saturn to be long-term, stable, foundational in your life. Also, you could be making work plans, implementing a new routine. Mercury is close to this new moon and it's ruling your 6th house. You could also be making financial plans, thinking about adding a new source of income, a new project, a new side hustle. I think you're going to feel very inspired when it comes to adding a new project, maybe a new career project, a new life mission sort of chapter to your life. It could be also a new collaboration. Venus is also part of this new moon. And also that could also bring in the future financial gains. Venus and Pluto are also there. So just make sure that you feel very passionate about this new idea. And I think it's going to be the right way that you know that it's the right thing for you. So let's look at the cards for Capricorns.
Let's see what we have. So your card is the Aries. Have faith.
Ooh.
And beautiful blessings are coming.
This is one of the most positive cards of the deck that I created.
And we have the solar plexus chakra. So this month is conspiring to bring you joy, to bring you hope, to make you happy, but it requires you to be in that vibration. That's the only exchange that is needed. So work on your solar plexus and work on the energy of having faith, because this is a beautiful card, but it requires you to keep the faith, to keep that vibration of receiving. So there is not a lot that needs to be done with those two beautiful cards. But like I said, you need to stay in that vibration of, yes, of course it's going to happen. Yes, of course I'm going to receive. And for this, you can use the writing. You can write every night. Thank you for the beautiful blessings, and you can be precise about them as if they are already in your life, and you're showing gratitude. This trains your brain, but also the universe and your whole vibration to shift to receive. The solar plexus is very interesting that we have it there, because it could be some type of detox that you need to do with that aspect of your life. It could be some exercise that you need to do throughout the month to revitalize that area of your life. The solar plexus, so in this color, it's yellow. Is it the color yellow for the solar plexus?
It's, yeah, yellow or gold. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like your inner sun.
Yeah.
Your
absolutely.
confidence, your inner strength.
I remember a book that you had, Julie, that was about detoxing and what is the word? I'm trying to...
Revitalizing.
Yeah. To recharge, let's say recharge, just easier for me, for my brain for today. So to just detox and recharge every chakra. You had that book that recommended to eat the food every meal of the color of the chakra that you're working on. So at least one thing in each meal for 7 days, and to wear the color and to do the activities that are connected to that chakra. It is something that can help you if you're struggling to stay in that vibration of having faith and believing that the blessings are coming in. And I know that there's tons of information online on how to also to recharge your solar plexus.
And right here, right now, I'm thinking about the sun too. And I know depending on where you are in the world, it might be more difficult to get sunlight, but vitamin D can also be a great alternative. Going for a vacation under the sun to really recharge. I think this is really good also for the solar plexus.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing reading. Thank you so much. Wow, Capricorns, I think you're going to have a very, very beautiful month. So wishing you all the blessings you deserve, all the beautiful energy coming your way. And also do make sure you like this reading if you did enjoy it, of course, and let us know in the comments down below if you resonate and anything you'd like to share. We'll be happy to read your comments. Okay, on to our next one. So for Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising, first of all, as of January 19, is going to be Aquarius season officially. So for all the Aquarians born during the month of January, a very, very happy solar return to all of you. Your energy is very much needed to change the world, bring that high frequency to everything you touch. So let's look at this beautiful month for you guys. So you're going to be having an activation of your 6th house and your 12th house. And that's normal because the sun will be transiting your 12th house right before your birthday season. For every sign, that's the case. So until before 19th of January, the sun will be in your 12th house. So that's usually the time where we need to rest a little bit more. We need to prepare for our big birthday season when your manifestation powers are going to be at their highest. And before the 19th, you're going to be asked to look at the past, to heal a lot, to rest, to recharge. So that's going to be the main things for you. So let's look at, first of all, January 3rd, the full moon in Cancer that's happening in your 6th house. So the moon is with Jupiter in your 6th house of work, of health, of daily routines, of healthy habits. So that's a really positive full moon because the moon loves to be in Cancer. Jupiter loves to be in Cancer as well. So they're both like really helping to activate your 6th house in a very positive way. So for Aquarians, you could be seeing the end of a work project or a combination of a work project around the 3rd of January, beginning of January, that you're really proud of. Like you've really accomplished something that makes you feel like you're right on target with your purpose, with your sense of purpose, with your life mission. And you're going to feel very emotionally fulfilled with what you worked on and around January, with the period that is closing at the beginning of January. I feel like you're going to be finding more sense of purpose throughout your work. You're going to find really like your niche and be like, oh yeah, like I tried different things, let's say in 2025, but now I can really feel like this is bringing me joy and a sense of true fulfillment of purpose. I feel like also there is a potential for Aquarians to feel more renowned, or to feel like you're now at a position where you can also help teach other people that are also doing your work, or mentor people in your field. And also because it's happening in your 6th house, you in your own personal health department, I feel like you're going to feel more balanced. You're going to be proud of yourself for having achieved like a healthier routine in your daily life. And now, beginning of January, you're like, okay, I think I kind of found the secret ingredient for me to be living a healthy life and feel balanced. Also because Cancer is in your 6th house, I think for Aquarians, it's super important that you attune to the moon cycles. And especially if you're a woman, because we are tuned in with the moon cycles naturally, but especially for Aquarians, you're going to feel like if you are able to sync, let's say, your work schedule or your health or your healthy habits, your nutrition, your diet with the cycles, I think you're going to really have an important key here, because you're going to find that your energy fluctuates maybe more than other people. So really tune into that. And lastly, I want to say here that the Venus Star Point, which is a very, very positive event, exact on the 6th of January, is in your 12th house. So the house of the past, of healing. So as of beginning of January, I think you could be receiving a blessing from the universe for having accumulated very good karma in the past. So something from the past is you're receiving like the results, the rewards, the blessings from whatever is closing out. And Venus is the planet of love, of money, of balance, of equality. So there's something along those lines. And lastly, some could be also traveling around the beginning of January. Okay, the other thing that I want to talk about rather is the new moon in Capricorn on the 11th. No, why can't I speak today? On the 18th of January. 18th of January, we have a new moon in Capricorn. So right before the sun enters your season in your 12th house. And this new moon is with Mercury, Mars, Venus, Pluto. So I think a lot of Aquarians will have important conversation that bring healing. And the sun will be transiting until then your 12th house, but this is going to be the peak on the 18th, where the past is coming up for you to heal, or there's going to be conversations about the past or information about the past. Also, there could be the start of a new therapy or healing process involving expressing yourself, talking. Mercury is also there, writing, also having conversations about the past, closing out past chapters. Some also could meet a new soulmate, a new soul tribe member, that you have a lot of past lives in common. Also, because this is a new moon and the sun rules your 7th house. Some also could be planning to travel or traveling around this time. And I think a lot of Aquarians are going to be finishing up with financial themes from the past, closing up big financial cycles from the past. And you're going to be able to, once your season starts on the 19th, to really start on a fresh slate, new slate. Also, Venus and Pluto are making a conjunction in your sign this month. So it's going to really allow you to focus on the right strategies for your money, your resources. If you have a partner, also to be talking about their resources, how you want to plan further, and also to be passionate about anything that you're going to start. So this is a very passionate alignment. And that brings a lot of new possibilities. And that's very exciting. So let's look at your cards, Aquarians, for January.
Let's see what we have for you for this month. Okay, the card is, wow, the winter solstice. All right, so it's the number 36, frozen in time, pause, delay, rest.
Yeah, that makes sense also with the sun transiting their 12th house of rest before their birthday season. So
absolutely, yes. And we have be open and humble. Yeah, so this is absolutely about just being in the receiving energy. So we are in the resting. We do need that phase. And it's very uncomfortable sometimes when we have that in a period of time that is such as summer or the spring, where the rest of the world are moving forward. But for you, because it's during the winter, I feel like on that side, you're very, very lucky, because it is more accepted with the cycle of the season and with the normal rhythm of human being to be more in this space of cocooning and resting. Still, you may have some challenges with this. You may feel like you want things to move forward. You may have also some deadlines, but it is showing up as a need to do that for yourself, for your health, for your soul, in order to be moving forward very quickly afterwards. I feel like during this time, you are able to really see what you want to achieve next. So it's the equivalent of a retrograde period, if you will, just reevaluate and to be able to move forward very quickly afterwards. If you are stubborn, if you are trying to go against those energies, there is some sickness that are showing up with those cards. There could be the universe way of just saying, hey, we told you to slow down, you didn't, so we're going to force you to slow down. And it is also showing up as external delays that are not due to you, that could show up if you are not in the place of just accepting, going with the flow, recharging, and receiving.
So rest up, Aquarians, especially before your birthday season. So when it starts on the 19th, you're going to be fully ready to manifest a new start with a lot more vitality, because you're going to have your sun, well, the sun in your sign. So really take advantage before the 18th to really rest. We want you in full vitality because we need you for this age of Aquarius. So
yeah, and also some clarity also during that time. So the clarity of moving forward afterwards, it's easier.
Yeah, definitely. So sending you so much love and hope you can have a really good rest. And I know this is not something easy in our modern society, but really try to do it because seems to be important with the astrology and the tarot. And if you enjoy this reading, do make sure you give it a like. And also you can give us a comment down below to see if that reading resonates. And we're going to be happy to read what you have to share. And again, a very happy solar return to all of you born during the month of January. And for our last, but none the least, Pisces. So Pisces, a sun, moon, or rising. Let's look at your month. Well, first of all, Pisces, I have great news, and we're going to begin with the end, but I think it's going to be the best news for you. So on the 26th, so the very last week of January, your planet, Neptune, is moving out of your sign. So yeah, I think as Sophie, this famous Pisces rising, is getting ready to celebrate the exit of Neptune. Not that it's a bad thing, but Neptune emphasizes all the good and the bad of Pisces. So the good of Pisces can be this ability to dream things, daydream, even soulmates, unconditional love, forgiveness, healing, arts, creativity. So this is the good that was emphasized, but the bad is really bad. So the bad can be illusions, it can be addictions, it can be illnesses, it can be not seeing reality for what it truly is. So now you're kind of out.
You forgot lack of sleep, anxiety, brain
Mental health
fog.
issues. You're right. Yeah, and let's just say it as it is. Also, endings, like physical endings, which is something that I don't want to pronounce here, but not just yourself, but it could have been like around you. Just endings in generals of situation is also Neptune in Pisces, and big karmic endings. That is big karmic lessons. So, yay! This is the final days of that. So the 26th, Neptune is moving out of your sign. So finally, once we get to the last week of January, you're going to feel like you're seeing reality with a lot more clarity. But with that comes also responsibilities, Pisces, because now you're required by the universe to also take action in the direction of your dreams, because now you've been daydreaming for a lot of time and you've been manifesting and doing magical rituals and stuff, which is great. But now you truly get to manifest it into 3D reality with Aries. So that's the great news. Okay, let's look at the other astrology for the month, but just keep in mind that this is going to be the main event. For you, you're going to feel like a drastic change of energy. And I think a lot of things are going to come to your awareness. You're going to be like, oh, I thought this person or this situation was this, but finally it's this. Like, what is that? You're going to be able also to make better choices, which is great. So on January 3rd, so right at the beginning of our month, we have a wonderful full moon in the sign of Cancer in your 5th house of joy, of love, romance, fun, vacations, children. So I love this. And I just want to say, for Pisces that are wanting to get pregnant, this is a beautiful time. Also, there could be also women giving birth around this time, but you're going to feel very fertile. So in the physical sense, but also in the energetical sense, it's a really good time to be feeling creative, to be starting anything. You're going to be full of that energy, wanting to share with the people you love, wanting to have fun, wanting to be in that joy frequency. So there could be an activity, a trip, a moment in time around the beginning of January that is bringing a lot of emotional fulfillment to you, Pisces. It's a great time for love, for romance, for planning activities, to recharge with yourself, with your loved ones, with your partner if you have one. It's also a great full moon for healing relationships, for reconciliations. Also spending quality time with kids, even with animals, doing fun sports, hobbies, activities. Also, for some, it could be the culmination of a creative project around that time that can bring some financial abundance. The fifth house is also a house of wealth. So whatever it is, I think Pisces, you're going to be seeing the positive results of what you created previously around the beginning of January. And the Venus star point is in your 11th house. So the sun is conjuncting with Venus in your 11th house, and that's going to be building up at the time of this full moon and reaching exact conjunction on the 6th of January. So this is super positive. The 11th house is very social. It's bringing a lot of opportunities from other people. So it's really important that you connect with the right people, especially at the beginning of January. So there's blessing that could be coming from your network, for your social media, your audience, your followers, if you have some. Social events that you can go to can bring you a lot of good opportunities. Your friends, anything you do that's social in nature could be bringing a lot of good opportunities. Love, money, good relationships, all that stuff. And also even gains, like I said, because it's the 11th house. And Venus in the 11th house is blessed. So really think about, what did you start working on at the beginning of 2022? This is the last time that we had the Venus star point in Capricorn in your 11th house. And it's going to also be the time to probably revise the goals that you had back then at the beginning of 2022, and maybe revise them, remanifest a new vision board, maybe, because it's in the sign of Capricorn. So whatever you try to manifest is going to be for the long term, and you have to make sure that it's built on solid ground. But whatever it is, it's also a continuation of what was happening in 2022, and you get to really either reap the rewards or continue building upon this foundation. And then on the 18th of January, we have a beautiful new moon in Capricorn in your 11th house. And the 11th house is also a really beautiful house. Again, it's the house of long-term goals, especially in Capricorn. It's the house of social activities, of audience, of networks, communities, friends. And this new moon is very social because we have the sun, the moon, Mars, Venus, Pluto, all part of this new moon. So it will be time around the 18th, around this new moon, to really be setting goals, new goals for yourself, to be looking at what you'd like to accomplish next for the long term again. And especially for 2026 too. So also it could be a really positive new phase of your social life. So maybe you're going to meet with new friends, have a new social group. Maybe you have a new audience, a new network, a new way to use social media, a new group. So there's going to be something along those lines that is very inspiring and uplifting for you. Also, this is the time to get as social as you can, Pisces. It will bring you lots of blessings on many different fronts. So also there could be a new project with a collaborator. Also, this new moon is making a super positive aspect to Saturn and Neptune that are at this time still in your sign. So you will be, with this new moon, with whatever you're trying to start, you're going to be changing the energy. So this will help the entry of Neptune into Aries afterwards. So with this new moon, you're going to be preparing to manifest, to plan what you'd like to manifest, because Neptune is the planet of dreams. And when it transits from Pisces to Aries, it's like making those dreams reality. So now you're going to be working on the board and really trying to strategize and plan what you want to manifest in your life. And what energies are you allowing for you to live your life? So a good time to be having conversations, to be embracing change, making new plans, having new goals, feeling inspired about life. So let's look at what the cards have in store for you, Pisces, for January.
Okay, let's see your cards for this month. We have the fall equinox as the very first card. And this card talks about dive into the underworld, slow down. All right.
All right. I like that.
And the second one is don't give up yet. Okay, wow. How do you see those two together?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with Neptune, your planet, being at the very last degree of your sign, 29th degree of the whole zodiac, until the 26th of January. So until the very end, you're like completing a lot of past chapters. You're like really dealing with the past, completing karmic cycles, healing a lot of things. So I think it's like it can be tough for a moment mentally, because like you're not seeing yet like the energy of the new year, but it's coming after the end of January.
Yeah, and don't give up for me. That's the card of Capricorn. That's the card of perseverance, continuing on your goal. The dive into the underworld and slow down for me, like you said, it could be that, yes, we're going to have more the energy of the new year, the new chapter after the end of January, but that's still a very good month to learn more about your intuition, to dive into topics such as astrology, tarot, mediumship, medical intuitive, anything, numerology, anything that you want to learn. It's still a very good time to be in that bubble of studying, to be in that bubble of just reading and be on your own a little bit, because it shows up as this kind of a winter energy of isolation, but still very, very gifted and connected to source. So it's still a very good time to use for anything that related to intuition. The don't give up is a sign from the universe to say, hey, don't worry, you're at the very end of it, and this time it's not coming back, okay? But of course, there is a way to continue and to pursue what you want to pursue, but with being respectful of the energy that you have in this moment. So that means slow down without stopping, just readjust your goals. And like I said, if readjusting your goals for this month looks like, you mentioned being social. I love it that you mentioned that for some Pisces, but be mindful of what you're feeling when you're about to make plans, because the slowdown in this bubble for me of I need to be alone, I need to be studying, I need to dive deep into some topics, it's still very present. So just assess your energy levels and also use that energy in the right way instead of trying to go against the current.
I love that, Pisces. Well, and soon is going to be your birthday season, so don't despair. The universe has got you. So we're sending you so much love to finish up this huge karmic cycle that is about to culminate and about to end at the beginning. No, at the ending of January. And February, there's going to be a huge breakthrough. So don't despair. There's going to be the Sun Neptune conjunction in Aries at 0 degrees. So it's going to be a big manifestation time, especially for Pisces. So sending you so much love, Pisces. Have a very healing month. Sending you much healing energy. If you did enjoy this video, do make sure you give it a like, and also you can leave us a comment down there. And we love to read, of course, your beautiful comments. And yeah, beautiful month of January ahead for all of you. We're sending you so much love, and we're going to see you very soon. Bye, everyone.